I think one of the reasons it hit me that I have a passion in cinema is because I'm from a really, really small town in the north of Yorkshire in England. I always feel uncomfortable about saying the actual town name. I don't know if anyone's gonna go look at my school records or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, Scarborough, and don't look at the school records. It's actually fine. I was great. I was a good kid. And I think that the reason for that is because in Scarborough there were actually 3 cinemas. It was actually kind of oversubscribed in terms of cinemas when I was growing up. And fun fact, I actually worked at all 3 across my time there. But it always felt like a really kind of prestigious or exciting or kind of special thing to do, to go to the cinema. And because there's nothing really else to do there. Like when I was younger, you were either going to the beach for an ice cream or you were going to one of the nearby seaside towns to that beach for an ice cream, or you were getting fish and chips and sitting in the car, at the top of the hill. There was this big hill. Or you were maybe when I was a bit older, you were going for a pint. But there's nothing. Anyone from a small town will know what I'm saying. There's nothing. There's old people. That's all there is. There's lots of old people. And so having a cinema, it's like a window into the world, into worlds that you just have no contact with. I'm not saying living in London, you necessarily have contact with the world of, I don't know, fucking Titanic or something. But I definitely didn't in Scarborough. So going to the cinema, it feels oh fuck, why? I'm oh, I'm oh, it feels like you're really kind of interacting with things that I couldn't even dream of. Almost like people who originally went to the cinema in the 20s felt like what the fuck? That was me at 10 years old in Scarborough. What is it? It's moving? It's moving! And that really kind of fostered this feeling of God, it's a special thing to do. Going to the cinema, and it felt like a cheeky thing to do. Go to the cinema as a 9-year-old, get an entire bag of minstrels that is your calorie limit for the week as an 8-year-old, right? Snaffle them all in the trailers and just watch it just felt like a fancy thing to do almost. And even fancier when if there was a big film release like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. God, I'm touching on Harry Potter again. We would go to the View Cinema in York. I don't even know if it was the View when I was growing up, but it is a View now. And we'd go on a little 50-minute drive to the View Cinema in this shopping complex. And that felt like a massively special trip. And so basically I always upheld the cinema as this big thing in my life. And then, like I say, I ended up working at all 3 cinemas in my hometown. I mean, I killed 2 birds, 1 stone with 2 of them because they were owned by the same bloke. Lovely bloke, if you're watching. And then the theatre, there was a theatre more for stage plays, but they also had a cinema on the top floor, and I worked there the longest. I worked there for 6 years or something.